My name is Daryl Pierce from the LA Posse, LA Posse Productions. We're from Los Angeles, California. We're a production crew that Russel Simmons found in LA and took back to New York, and we produced LL Cool J's biggest selling album. When I was a child, my mom and dad were together. My father played Motown, a lot of Motown stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I grew up on, Temptations, Marvin Gaye, you know, Gladys Knight, anything that was Motown and hot during that era in the mid to late 60s. And then as we moved into the 70s, you know, a new era of music came into play. And the music that really caught my ear at that time was the funk movement with George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic, Bootsy Collins, especially Bootsy. I dug Bootsy a lot. In fact, you can hear an element in Bootsy in some of our production. So, you know, that's what really set the tone for what motivated me. And then the 80s came into play. And actually, I think around the end of the 70s, the disco thing came in, and disco sucked then and disco sucks now. So that didn't work. Then when the 80s came in, they were hipping and hopping, and this rap thing came out. And in California, the biggest rap record that we heard was Rapper's Delight by Sugar Hill's Gang. That was the first joint we heard. So I was like, that's my music, that's what I do. I'm in the 10th or 11th grade. I'm trying to write rhymes, me and my homeboys, you know what I'm saying? And one thing led to another. Now I'm sitting here with you guys talking about a lot of things. You see this guy? This is my son. This is my baby boy. His name is Nicholas. Say what's up.
What's up?
Well, I mean, first off, I was a fan and loved the music, understood the music. And it was never a question to me that it was something that I wanted to do, although I really didn't know that years later I would actually be, you know, involved in the music. But I think my fondest memory is when Run DMC made a record called It's Like That. And that's the way it is. And on the B-side was Sucker MCs. We were local DJs here in LA. We ran with a crew called Uncle Jam's Army. They were the largest dance promoters in Los Angeles. We used to give dances at the Los Angeles Sports Arena in LA and have 10, 11, 12,000 people, you know, out grooving on the floor, dancing to DJs on top of the stage, you know, DJing and MCing and things like that. So when that record came out by Run DMC, that's when I decided I want to rap. And my partner, Dwayne Simon, who's not here, Muffla, you guys will interview him later, he'll tell you the same thing. We heard it, the quality of the music, we were like, we can do that. You know what I'm saying? So we took a stab at it and made a few independent records here in LA, and you know, it evolved from there. Well, Uncle Jam's Army was founded by a guy named Roger Clayton, who's now deceased. Rest in peace, Roger. Roger Clayton happened to be the cousin of Muffla. My partner Dwayne Simon and Roger were cousins. So, you know, because Dwayne was running around with Uncle Jam's Army, I was like, this is hot. You know, I used to go to all the dances, and now I get to hang out with the guys. You know what I mean? I could, you know, kick it backstage with the Egyptian Lover and DJ Bobcat and Mr. Prince and so on and so forth. That's where we started picking up the art of street promotions, the hanging of posters, the handing out of flyers, trying to convince people to come to our functions and things like that. So, you know, we were learning different elements of the music industry, but not knowing that that's what we were doing. Oh, I mean, I'm seeing you. You did your homework. Yeah, me and Dwayne was a group called Def and Defiance. Actually, it was Double D. But you know what? It was a Def and Defiance, and we had a single called. Def and Defiance did a single called Wild Wild West. Yes. We were never proud of that record, but my dad once put it, you know, he told me, you know, it's very amateurish. You guys didn't know what you were doing. but you experienced it, and that's what it is. You know, you compare that record to your Grammy Award winning records, is like night and day, but that's where it started. And it was just, you know, us wanting to do it. And actually the Egyptian Lover signed Dwayne and myself to a recording contract to Egyptian, what was it called? Egyptian Empire Records, I think.
Yes.
And a man named Hank Donick took us in the studio, and they made a beat for us, and I think we wrote, I can't really remember. Yeah, we wrote it and whatever, and they produced it and took the publishing and everything, and we did it. Well, we decided that we wanted to step off and try to do our own thing, so we went from Deaf and Defiance to Double D. And that's when we did a song called Nobody, what was it? Autobotic Body Rock. And at that time in LA, everything was up-tempo, 120 beats a minute like Planet Rock. Electronic fast music, so that's what we were doing, dance, you know, dancey up-tempo type records. That's pretty much what that is. We had no idea if the record was good or bad, because at some point we went to New York, and after we were in New York for a while, we found out that the record was actually playing here on the West Coast, but we didn't know because we weren't here. It was all about the music. And what we were doing here in LA just wasn't satisfying enough for us, you know, and when we saw that Def Jam label at Burgundy label, we were like, we want to be on the Def Jam. We want to be on Def Jam. Def Jam had the Burgundy label, and it had the 1200 turntable arm on it and everything. We just decided that's what we wanted to do. And Russel Simmons and Run DMC and those guys used to come to LA like around 1982, 83 on the strength of Roger Clayton to come out here to promote and do their thing. So we had a connection with them already, okay? Music conferences started going on. It was a music conference called the BRE. My partner Dwayne had gone back to New York and met with Russell, and was actually Dwayne took a demo that Dwayne and I had did, and Russell thought it was decent. He was like, go back in the studio, make some more stuff. I'll be out there for the BRE. When I get there, you know, come and meet with me. So we went to work and literally went and got jobs, saved some money, went into the studio, and started, you know, making beats and things. And we found a young kid. Actually, it was about 2 or 3 of them, but the one that we decided to work with, we started taking him in the studio. His name is Breeze, MC Breeze at the time. And he was a far better rapper than all of us. We put beats under him, and one thing led to another. We had demos. Funny thing is, we didn't even know that they were called demos at the time. We were just doing it. The day came when we were going to go to the BRE, the music convention, and we got there. It was a group of us, and one of the guys had a radio. People used to walk around with their radios back then, or a box, whatever you want to call it. And we met up with Russell in the lobby. So when he saw us, he was like, you guys are really actually here, huh? We were like, yeah, we're serious about this. So when we sat down to finally get his attention, everybody was surrounding us. It was a whole group of people. Some people were there to see us succeed. Some people were there to see us fail. Well, when it was our turn to play our music, Russell put it on. He started grooving to it. He stopped it. He rewound it, played it again. He said, I love it. He handed us his American Express card. He says, I want you guys to come to the Columbia party tonight. I'm going to announce you guys as my new act. Surreal. We didn't know what to say. I don't even think we said thank you, because it was just so overwhelming, you know what I mean? And Russell wasn't what Russell is today, but he had so much presence, and the New York movement in rap music at that time was huge. It wasn't hip hop music, it was rap music, you know what I'm saying? And we were about to become a part of that venture. So, man, it's incredible. Thinking back on it, it's amazing.